Nearly a week after Beltrami County opted out of the United States Refugee Resettlement Program in a 3-2 vote, a federal judge temporarily halted all such actions across the country. In September, President Donald Trump signed an executive order allowing state and local governments interested in the refugee resettlement programs to opt in. Government units not willing to be in the program, meanwhile, were authorized to decline by either taking no action or holding a formal recorded vote. On January 7th, the Beltrami County Board did the latter, with Commissioners Richard Anderson, Craig Gosvig, and Jim Lukachik voting in favor of opting out of the resettlement program. Voting against the motion to do so were Commissioners Reed Olson and Tim Sumner. While the order doesn't take effect until June, resettlement affiliates and nonprofits were required to submit their placement strategies to the State Department by January 31st. However, on Wednesday, January 15th, U.S. District Judge Peter Messitt of Maryland temporarily halted the president's executive order. According to the Washington Post, the ruling was in response to a lawsuit filed by 3 refugee resettlement agencies that work with the State Department. In December, Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison signed an amicus brief supporting the challenge to the Trump administration's order. Following Judge Messitt's action, both Ellison and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz told reporters that they supported the decision. In a 31-page decision, Messitt wrote, "Giving states and local governments the power to consent resettlement of refugees, which is to say veto power to determine whether refugees will be received in their midst, flies in the face of clear congressional consent." Before Messitt's decision, Beltrami County had become the first in Minnesota and the second in the country to opt out of the resettlement program. At the meeting where the vote took place, a passionate crowd of at least 200 showed up to voice their concerns and opinions on the matter. I'm Chris Norton reporting for RJBroadcasting.com.